What's up, everybody? My name is Dave, your host. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you can find value and I hope it resonates with you. If you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you coming back and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Today, I just want to free talk, just talk about stuff. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was I was driving the other day and I was listening to the radio, which is pretty much my podcasting shows that I like to listen to. And I heard somebody say that in order to move forward from what you might be going through, like let's just assume that you're stuck in a rut and you just, no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to be working. No matter what you try, no matter what you do. And it got me to think. I was thinking that I've been stuck in a rut for a long, long time. And how do we get stuck in that rut? And now that we know we're stuck, how do we prevent from being stuck again? So I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, if we don't keep moving forward or keep trying to do something new, because that's what it is. I mean, we have to constantly learn. And I believe that once we stop learning, we cease to just exist, and that's it. And, I don't believe humans were created for that. I think that we were created to continue to learn, to continue to grow, and not only do it for ourselves, but to actually inspire others around us to want to get better, to do things better, to learn and grow and help their fellow man as well. So what is it that we can do every day to make sure that we're staying on track so we don't get stuck in a rut? So what are the things that we can do to help ourselves become better people? One thing I realize is when a person carries animosity, that's like cancer. It just eats at you. It eats at your core. So I think we have to find out why we have animosity toward anyone, if anyone, or just even towards ourselves. Why we feel that way, then we have to get to the root of the reason, the root of the cause. And then we have to deal with those feelings. We have to deal with why it is that we're going through what we're going through so we can move forward. And if we happen to get stuck in that rut or just go through those same things again, we can move past them because we would know what to do to get by. And I think learning how to, I would say it would be along the lines of emotional intelligence. We have to learn how to deal. When we don't learn how to deal with our emotions, with our feelings, we tend to do some really messed up things. And I've been there, so I'm only talking from experience, but I've seen other people do the same thing. So, and then sometimes when we're mad at ourselves, that projects out to others. When we're mad at ourselves or we're feeling guilty about something, or those feelings sometimes are lashed out at others. And others may not even know what you might be going through or feeling or whatever the case may be. They just probably thinking you're some kind of jerk. But in all actuality, you are going through a painful experience. And it is time to talk about that. It's time to figure out how do we talk about how do we feel and how do we make it better instead of being judgmental toward each other. So I think about this constantly. And emotion, intelligence, I think is probably what it's called. I never looked at it, but that's probably what it's called. Being able to deal with your emotions in a constructive way and in an unharmful way where it doesn't project out to others, and you can have conversations and you can feel good about yourself all over again. It's hard. It's not easy. It's more easily said than done, but I believe we can do it. I believe that we want to love on people. I believe that we generally want to feel good. We want others to feel good around us. We want to feel good around other people. And that's why some people automatically click when they meet. It's just that chemistry that we have. But there are times when we do meet people that, oh my goodness, you just can't wait to get from around them. I hope that I don't project that to anybody. And I try to be very cordial. I try to be nice. And if I realize that I'm around a person where the chemistry is just off, it's real bad, if I don't have to be with them for any reason, then I'm going to avoid it. And if I can first find out why, some people are just generally bitter. It doesn't matter. No rhyme or reason. They're just generally bitter. But I believe that some people are bitter for a reason. And if they may not know how to deal with certain things, they may not know how to deal with their feelings or what had happened to them in the past, and they have to put up these walls so that they don't get hurt or their feelings don't get hurt, or basically they just have to make sure that they put up those walls so they could keep on going, so nothing happens. So they want to be cold around everyone else. That's not a way to live either. I just assume just not be around the person. If I got to be that way towards someone, I just, I would resign not to be around them. I want to know what you guys think. Is there something that you've ever been in a rut about, or you just been emotionally shut down about something? If so, what was it? And are you still feeling the effects of that, or did you get past it? And if you got past it, how? I like to open up a dialogue. I want people to talk about what it is that might be bothering them, and if there's a way that you can talk that out, even with the person that you might have the issue with. I think it's good for not just yourself, but it's good for everybody involved, especially families. Oh my goodness, there's some family that you just can't be around. There's some family that you love to be around, and it's just that family that you can't trust. Families are messy, but it's okay. We're family. So not every family is perfect, because why? None of us are perfect. So I think that in the grand scheme of things, when we want to basically live our lives, we want to live it in a way where we can not be selfish toward others, but bring value towards others. And I believe that. Be kind and be good to people. But, sometimes that don't always work. And then when it does, when we are kind and when we are very nice and generous, and, some people think that that's a form of weakness and they want to take advantage of it. And then we put this wall up toward everybody else that we meet because of the person that did us wrong and took advantage of us. That's no way to live either. So I like to open up a dialogue. You guys, you can reach me at the last podcast 443@gmail.com. I would love to get your take on this, and generally want to see how's it work, how you got past your issues, and what were your issues. If you don't want to tell us, that's fine. It really doesn't matter. But I would like to know if you had an issue, you got bogged down, you got stuck in a rut, and what was that rut, and how did you get out of it? Because the same thing that you've gone through or might be going through, someone else has probably already gone through it or just starting to go through it. So we might have an opportunity to help people. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, to touch lives. And sure, there's a lot that I have to learn because I'm new at podcasting. There's a whole lot that I have to learn in life. And believe me, I'll be 61 in a couple of weeks. So there's so much to continue to learn. And before the good Lord calls me home, I want to learn a great deal more. So that's my take. And again, my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast. This is me just talking freely. Basically, you guys can reach out to me. I would love to hear your thoughts. But until tomorrow, you have a great night.